My name is Toosick, aka Tony Toosick. I'm an Indigenous local hip hop artist and audio engineer.
Sweet.
I'm Melissa Tootoosis. I'm his wife, and I help coordinate the Winds Indigenous Market and Showcase. I usually take on the fashion show portion of the event.
As a local artist, I've noticed that there's a lack of opportunity for a lot of up-and-coming artists, and that being for Indigenous artists, there's even more, like there's less of an opportunity. So with this platform, my goal was to just create an alternative platform and stage for Indigenous artists specifically to shine.
We do the Four Winds Indigenous Market completely on our own with the help of others, but as far as like the lead organization, it's just the two of us. So Tony usually takes on the music portion and the artists as well as the vendors, but then mostly I coordinate the fashion show, so the models, the hair and makeup, the photography, that sort of thing.
Yeah, so I started out as a local hip hop artist and engineer around the city, just doing shows and performances, things like that. During COVID, kind of really took a lot away from everybody, and coming back into it, I just realized that there was even less of a stage and opportunity for artists, right? And I just wanted to develop something specifically for Indigenous people coming right out of COVID when we didn't really have anything to practice our culture or anything like that. Like when we first started it, powwows weren't going to be a thing. Like we weren't sure about that because of COVID, right? There was no calendar or everything like that. So that's why we started booking out dates and just kind of keeping it within the COVID capacities. And just trying to give us something to showcase our culture.
I think just such a lack of opportunity for a lot of Indigenous artists of like all walks of life. They're just not getting the same opportunities provided to them, and especially like the music artists, we've noticed that a huge gap in that.
Yeah, and I just noticed that like as soon as I switched my platform over to like Indigenous awareness and becoming more of an activist for my community, I started seeking less opportunities from, like I was getting booked less and not opening for these people anymore, that kind of thing, right? And so
it seemed like people were only booking you for like specifically Indigenous events. So it was like if it was Indigenous Awareness Week, or if they were looking specifically for a dancer, and they stopped booking him for the music portion and booking him more for the dancing. And even within the Indigenous community, there's a lot of divide like between like tribes and treaties and stuff, and we want to try and bring that together and bring people together so there's not so much separation between people.
I think the most interesting thing is just hearing the feedback from the other artists about like the time that they've had during the event, or the opportunity that they feel like they're getting, right? A lot of the models and artists and things like that really bring their story to the stage, and getting an opportunity to actually hear about where they come from, and we all have similar stories as Indigenous people, but everyone has slightly different details to their story, and it's very interesting hearing people's journey. Like a lot of it is a healing journey. A lot of the people that we bring on have background with either addictions or homelessness and things like that, right? And so just hearing them coming from rock bottom to coming to something so inspirational, seeing other people appreciate their story and things like that, that's what's really inspiring for me. Yeah, right now we're currently working on our November market, looking to do first weekend of November, and then our spring market as well for 2023. We're looking to run that back in March again as well. And then after that, I have a track called Pray For Me, and then I'm dropping an EP called Boulevard of Broken Dreams, where it's just kind of more intimate about my story and what I'm going through right now.